Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today I'm gonna be reviewing this whole kit you are seeing right here, and it's one of the most affordable outdoors FPV entry-level kits out there, and it's called the Emax Tinyhawk Lite Adventure, and it's the outdoor counterpart to the Emax Tinyhawk Lite I already reviewed a few weeks back. I have yet to fly this drone, but already I see there are quite some differences with the drones I usually fly. So I'm very curious to try it out and see how it performs. Let's open the box and see what's inside. You have a ton of stuff. The drone itself with its battery, a bag with the paperwork, extra propellers, battery connectors and propeller removal tool, and 2 antennas. The radio, another accessory box which comes with screws, tools, the battery charger, USB-C to A cable, and the adapter to mount the screen on the radio. And lastly, the goggles. This is the E8 controller and actually is very good for being in an entry-level kit. It comes out of the box with a lithium-ion battery already installed. The plastic feels good, and the gimbals are smooth. You have two position switches and two 3-position switches at the top, and they already labeled what they do on the drone for you, which is very nice for beginners. At the bottom you have the trims for all the axes, so if the drone is drifting you can fix it. Power button, it charges via USB-C, you can also use it with a simulator on your computer, and you have a trainer jack. This port at the top is to attach the screen holder, and you can use the USB port to update the internal Express LRS transmitter, which is one of the best things about this radio because it's the most widespread radio protocol at the moment. So if you wanna buy another drone, you can still connect this radio to it, so it will not quickly become obsolete. Checking out the Transporter 2 goggles, they are very smartly built. Look at this, they are very small, but boom, they extend. This is because you cannot wear them collapsed, but this way you can find the right focus for you. But also, if you have to wear glasses, you can do this. You can totally detach the screen and use it with your glasses attached to the radio. And it's nice that they added this rubber gasket so you don't have light leakage. But I have a little bit of light leakage from the bottom and my nose is touching the plastic. Otherwise the foam around is very soft and I have no light leakage there. You have a 4.5 inches screen, on-off button and automatic channel search because it's an analog receiver. Is kind of visible even in broad daylight. Charging USB-C port, channel and band selection. At the top you have 2 antennas because it has some kind of diversity receiver and a battery saving mode button. It's an essential set of goggles for an entry-level kit. I understand they had to cut some costs. There is no SD card slot and no onboard recording, so you will not be able to record your flight videos with these goggles. Don't expect to go kilometers with this system. Probably if you put some patch antennas it will be a little bit better, but it's still an entry-level set of goggles and is also analog. Lastly, let's talk about the most important part of the kit, which is the drone. It's aesthetically pleasing, it comes in 2 different colors, which is cream white, and I also seen it comes in some kind of purple. It weighs around 60 grams without battery, and the battery is kind of proprietary. It uses this Emax connector at the back, so maybe you can find a way of strapping different batteries in, but probably it's better to use the recommended ones, which are 850 milliamps 1S, and they will give you around 5 minutes of cruising flying. And I'm very curious to try this drone because it's built differently from what I'm used to. First of all, you can see the motors look quite different. They are not brushless, they are 1020 brushed. Quite big, so probably it's gonna have enough power to fly, but I'm curious to see how they perform. This is a cost-cutting measure because these motors are cheaper, they are more available, and maybe it's a good thing for beginner drones because you can replace them easier and you can find different power levels. Probably you can find more powerful ones if you wanna progress. But usually they are a little bit looser feeling and they degrade after a while, after like 20 hours of flying, or if you start crashing too much, these motors will stop working and you will need to replace them. The drone has a plastic exoskeleton and no carbon parts. This black stuff you see here is actually a printed circuit board that acts as a kind of a structural component. It's nice because it's detached from the main flight controller, so if you have to replace it, you can. But I find weird that this PCB is actually carrying the power to the motors, so if you crash and actually I can see it bends a little bit, so I don't know if it's gonna take all kind of crashes. If this snaps, you lose power to the motor, and you have solder points here and solder points here. So maybe you can buy replacements for it and just buy the whole arm with the motor attached, and then you have a plug inside. Otherwise, you will need to do some soldering, which is daunting for beginners sometimes. It comes with a F4 flight controller with Betaflight, which is very nice for beginners because you can learn a little bit about Betaflight, about tuning, and also it has a 400 milliwatt analog VTX, which is unexpectedly powerful for an entry-level drone like this, where they are trying to cut every kind of cost. Usually they are 25 milliwatt. So you're gonna have a little bit extra range with this, but it makes sense because it's an outdoor oriented drone, so you're gonna go a little bit further. The drone turns on by slotting the battery in, and boom, it's on. And finally, let's try flying. If you do this with your radio, you can access the Betaflight menu, features, VTX, power 400, so we have a little bit extra range. Save and exit, save and exit. How do I take off? Okay, okay, it's on. Wow, I can barely see with this camera. The drone is very silent, very. I can see barely a cat. Okay, so today the weather is not the best to fly, but for what I can see, because the sky makes the image completely dark on the bottom, for what I can see, so the goggles first of all are not super high resolution, they are like 360p or something. I feel like I cannot make up too much detail. I just know how my house is and I navigate by heart. So let's try expert mode immediately. Expert mode is acro. Oh, and this is? This is, okay, so beginner mode is angle. This is horizon. So you can flip it, and actually it flips better than I anticipated. And then air mode, which is fully manual mode. I was not expecting this drone to be able to flip. The power is very, very limited, but maybe for beginners is a nice thing. If you fly during the day where you have sun in the sky and light on the ground, the camera is gonna be nice. Nice is a big word, it's gonna be usable, but right now, since there is a lot of light in the sky and not a lot of light on the ground, everything is underexposed. We have the robot cutting the grass, and you know what? It's a nice experience. I wasn't this thing is itching on my nose, but it's a pleasing experience. If you have to learn and take it slowly, it's much smoother than I anticipated with these motors. Let's see if I can do a split S right here, and I hope I don't lose. I managed to do a split S. Wow. Wow, I am pointed probably the wrong direction with my head, even if the antennas are omnis. But yeah, for beginners with zero budget and being one of the most affordable entry-level kits, it's a fun machine. And I'm surprised. I was expecting a not very tight experience. Instead, it's not powerful by any means. This is max throttle, it's barely climbing. But if you are a beginner, now with the battery almost depleted, it's a lot worse. But with a charged battery, the power is sufficient for a beginner. And for cruising and for learning to fly, is nice. I just wished it had a little better camera. You see now with a little bit of sun it was a little bit better. With a little better camera and recording capabilities, this would have been better. But for the very cheap price that they are offering it at, I feel like I cannot complain. You're getting nice experience. And it's a kind of truth to life experience because you have beta flight, you can tune it, flies decent, it's just tamed down. Yeah. Time to land, it tells you low battery, and we crashed. I have to say I am quite impressed about this drone, not because it's incredible or anything, but because I had a good experience with it. And I used to fly brushed drones when I started out many years ago. Probably the technology is better now, but I never had a very good experience with them because they were a little bit wonky, they didn't fly right, they lack the power, this still lacks the power, but for a total beginner it's fine because you move the throttle and the drone doesn't immediately go zipping around. You have more time to understand what's happening and it's a good thing if you are a beginner. After a few months you're gonna wanna upgrade the drone, but it's incredibly stable, which is something I was not expecting. So the drone stays still and you have time to adjust and it doesn't do wonky things. So this is promoted as a beginner kit. It's gonna be a very nice present you give to someone. They have everything to start out, they don't have to go crazy about it. Maybe it's gonna be good for schools if they wanna teach kids about FPV. But if you wanna buy a FPV kit for yourself, be prepared because FPV is all about research, and so maybe it's better to start straight away with researching. Go to the used market, see what's available, inform yourself, because probably for a few extra bucks you can get more professional gear that will last you a lifetime and will be more capable. A little better radio, for sure better goggles with recording, and for sure you can get a brushless drone in the used market. For something more than this kit costs, still analog. If you can save up some money, I believe going DJI digital is a good choice. Maybe buy a used Avata, maybe buy the Neo. They are gonna be 2-3 times this kit cost, even in the used market. But you're gonna have a much better experience from the get-go. And that's all for today. As always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what do you think about this drone, what do you think about this kit, and what's the best drone for you to start out. If you wanna buy something, check out the links in the description below because clicking on them, you help my channel a lot, and many times you also find discounts. Thank you so much, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!